Hey guys, welcome to my Couch Academia, you couch potatoes. My name is Rays, and today's the day that we will dig into spoilers for chapter 309. And boy, oh boy, am I excited. Now, first off, I want to thank the translators and the people who provided us the, fans translations or summary of the chapter. And that is at Sushi101X on Twitter, and also on Twitter, Red and Blonde 420. Thank you for your hard work every week. Much appreciated. But let's dig right into this bad boy. The chapter started with two heroes from Ketsubetsu, Gakuen from Shindoyo School, Mr. Smith and Boomerang Man arrived on the scene and saw Deku carrying Muscular from afar. Just, let me pause this right here real quick. Muscular's a heavy boy. If this dude is carrying Muscular, like, yeesh, you know what I mean? Like, that must look funny as hell. Let's continue. They notice it's the escapee from Tartarus, but probably didn't know who carried Muscular. Obviously, because we know that Deku has, the smoke thing going on, apparently. The citizens who refused to talk about evacuation with Shindo and Tatami in the previous chapter ended up helping Tatami carry Shindo, and they say they'll listen to what they have to say now. Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, talk about ignorant people. It continues. Shindo regained consciousness and he was shown to recognize Deku from the provisional license, but he internally said that Deku looked really different now. Deku brought Muscular to the police, with him still being surrounded by smokescreen to conceal his identity. When the police arrived, he fled and left the unconscious tied up Muscular to the police. Interestingly here, when someone who really knows how Deku looks can't recognize him, that goes to show you how hard it is, because if Shindo recognizes him, but he's kind of like, like something's off about him, like, it's harder to recognize him. Let's continue. Deku said that the fourth quirk had calmed down, of course, danger sense, and he contacted All Might, letting him know that he's returning to their place. What does it tell us, guys? That All Might and Deku were on the same page when he left UA, I guess, or at least All Might followed him, because yeah, they're going after Deku, but I also believe that they would love to kill All Might and make an example out of All Might if he stayed at UA as well. So I think it's best they go together. Once Deku arrived, All Might immediately checked whether he got any injuries or not. Deku said he was fine and his hands are also fine thanks to the support item that All Might ordered for him from America before the travel ban started. Shit, they got a travel ban in My Hero Academia as well. Fucking nuts. All right. So these the same gauntlets from Two Heroes? It sounds like it, because remember in that movie he got these gauntlets that allowed him to use more of One for All. So it sounds similar, might be the same thing. The support item was called mid-gauntlet, and it helps strengthen Deku's body to withstand One for All, but it's still a test sample product, so All Might told Deku not to overdo it before the next battle. So what this tells me here, and I like how they put next battle, that'll come into play later, but I like how they say it's a sample product, just like kind of in the movies it's a prototype. We all know, if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler for that, in Two Heroes the gauntlets get destroyed once he uses a lot of One for All, if I recall correctly. So that definitely seems like it might be the same case scenario here that's happening, but let's continue. All Might got a call from Hawks at the same time Danger Sense rang. Hawks was asking how Deku was doing at the same time Deku fled. All Might was shown to be nervous, but Hawks reminded him that finding All for One and Shigaraki first would increase their chance of winning. Hawks also said that he understood that All Might is in a difficult position, but he wished for All Might's cooperation. Now, it's funny because I also feel now that All Might is kind of filling in that dad role for Deku. You know what I mean? We all know that the meme that's become Deku's dad. This dude is never around. We've never seen him or anything like that, which I think it's funny. And I have my suspicions at times about that. But it's funny that, Inko and All Might are all over Deku, and now they're trying to tie him down, but he doesn't allow himself to be. Also interesting, it sounds like Hawks is hoping to use Deku as bait, probably, or they just know also that they need Deku at this point. His power is definitely top 10 worthy. It's just the experience. He's a little bit wet behind the ears, like they say. So, let's continue. All Might flashed back to when they were in the hospital. Inko was there and Deku's casts were opened. He could still move his arms and legs, although they said that he might not be able to move if he got the same amount of injury once again. It's because even though the amount of damage is the same, Deku's body is stronger than before, so it can still withstand the damage. I mean, we all know this, that when you work out, you know, the more you work out, you need to rest. When you rest, your muscles, they heal, you know, you're a little bit stronger. Next turn around. All right, let's continue. I'm not a specialist or anything on that, but you know, that's the basics of working out. That's why they always say rest. All right, let's continue. All Might finally explained one for all to Inko, Deku's mom. Oof. All right, Inko repeated All Might's explanation about the fact that Deku could have the power because he's quirkless, and now he's being targeted by the enemy because of that power. All Might said that they can protect Deku in UA, but Deku cut All Might's sentence and said that he will leave because Shigaraki can track his location, and they could have come and attacked anytime, and Deku doesn't want anyone to get hurt anymore. He was having a flashback of the people he fought together with during the war in a heavy injury condition. Inko said she can't accept it, but Deku said he'll be stronger, and he hugged Inko and said he'll come home. Now, this is big to me because, as we know, Inko has very much been like a threat for Deku's character. She's kind of like a tether. She kind of doesn't allow him because she sees him as, like, you know, her son. That's her little baby, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the world needs Deku, and Deku needs to get to that point. And of course, you know, I forgot to mention this earlier. The title of this chapter here, it says, is I Can't Stay Being a Child. And at the end of the day, you know, he has to grow up.
Kill the boy, Jon Snow. Winter is almost upon us. Kill the boy, and let the man be born.
You know, and I think that him growing up is going to be big for everyone, and is going to change everything for the heroes. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So let's continue. All Might decided to go with Deku. He then contacted the top three to announce them leaving, and Genis agreed and said it's a favorable decision for them. Deku then visited Gran Torino and told him about Nana. Gran Torino smiled fondly and teased Nana for crying even after she's dead. Gran Torino apologized to Deku because he should have been the one to kill Shigaraki. He also gave his advice to Deku to not abstain because sometimes killing, quote unquote, can be a form of salvation. The last page is a full page of Deku plus the top three plus All Might teaming up to settle the matter with the League of Villains. End of chapter. And, you know, this wonderful disclosure, I say it as well. Apologies in advance for any mistakes. Please wait for the official release on Sunday before drawing any conclusions. Of course, because these are fan translations. And again, thanks for the translations. Now let's break this joint down a little bit. Now, I'm of the mindset, guys, that at the end of the day, Deku has to grow up because the world needs him to grow up. And they need him because his power alone in anybody else would be, you know, top 5 worthy regardless of who it is, right? But they need him to kind of grow up. They need him to step in to that void that kind of All Might left. And not even just All Might, all these heroes that are retiring and quitting, you know, it's put a lot of pressure on the heroes. So they definitely have to be on the offensive a bit, because as of right now, the villains have been on the offensive and have been winning left and right, and that's why they find themselves in this current situation. I'm very curious as to see how these gauntlets would hold up with the more power Deku outputs, you know what I mean, the more power he puts out on them. And I think it's going to be similar like the movies. There's only so much that these gauntlets could withstand, but you know, what do I know? Also, I would like to touch on the fact that, boy, oh boy, does that spread look cool. You know, I'm not going to show it here because of, you know, copyright reasons. They'll take the video down, but this spread looks really dope of Deku, Hawks, Endeavor, and oh my god, like I said it last week and I'll say it again. We need Deku to have his moment of like his pain versus Naruto moment when he saves the village. We need him to have that. Even now, we saw that only Shindo kind of recognized him and nobody else did. He needs to step into the limelight and become a person who people could look at, and not just people could look at, but that the villains could be like, oh wait, this dude is out there. He's the boogeyman. So I'm excited about that. This chapter definitely wasn't the most action-packed because last week was, but it definitely filled in some blank spaces that we had, some questions we had. I know that a lot of you guys are still very interested in what's up with Bakugo and Class 1A, because even though I'm happy that he's not at UA, you know, we love those characters as well, and we would like to catch up with them as much as possible as well. I believe that if All Might knows that Deku left and he's in on it, I would imagine that Bakugo must be as well, because they had their little trio of secrets. But I also don't know if Bakugo would allow him to leave and All Might and him feel left out. So he probably doesn't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below if you guys believe that Bakugo did know that he was leaving. Maybe they told him like that, you know, that story that you always see in movies when the warrior tells the little kid, you know, I need you to stay and protect the village while all the warriors go out to war. I don't know. I don't even know where I got that out. But hey guys, let me know down below. As always, this is Mad Fun Couch Potatoes. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think? What are you guys expecting for next week's chapter? And is Deku already top 10 material? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm very curious. As always, guys, remember to drop a like, subscribe. My name is Ray's, and peace.